Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile Top 10 video. Guys, today we're talking about the top 10 worst diamonds in the game, but this time it is according to you, not according to me. All I did was to calculate the final score and of course to produce the video. I asked you guys in our Discord server, and by the way, if you want to join it, you'll find link for it in the description of this video. So I asked you, please let me know who are the top 3 worst diamonds in the game for you. After you gave me the answer, all I did was to calculate the final score, and I did that by giving 10 points for number 1, 7 points for number 2 and 5 points for number 3. In addition, it is worth mentioning that this time 180 of you voted, which is significantly increased compared to the previous top 10 video I did. So I really hope that for the next one after this, the people who vote are going to be even more. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into top 10 worst diamonds in the game according to you. Coming in at number 10, guys, is MK11 Scarlet. Perhaps this comes as a surprise for a lot of you, but she got 54 points. 2 first places, 2 second places and 4 third places. Basically, MK11 Scarlet is not a terrible character. In fact, she has the highest based hit points in the game. However, she suffers from one big problem, and this big problem is the fact that she is probably the worst MK11 character. She isn't the best fighter. She is by far not the best fighter. She isn't the best support. In fact, she is kind of okay if she's high fusion. At low fusion, she's almost useless for support, or let's say it this way, she's kind of risky. So in general, you have much better options than her in an MK11 team, and this is the reason why she ends up at number 10. Ranking at number 9, guys, is Black Dragon Tremor. He got 90 points, 3 first places, 5 second places and 5 third places. Once again, on paper this character should be awesome, right? No, he isn't awesome at all, because he just doesn't work well. He's so difficult to control, and at the end of the day, even if you control him right, it doesn't pay off big time. The only usage of this character is his resistance to the buffs in the beginning of the fight, and that's it. After all, I would never ever use him in a fight because he's just too complicated, and I'm not against the character being complicated, but after all, it has to pay off, and in this current case, it simply doesn't. Coming in at number 8, guys, is Ronin Takada, who got 138 points. 4 first places, 9 second places and 7 third places. Out of 180 of you who voted, around 20 people thought that Ronin Takada is one of the top 3 worst characters in the game. I would kinda agree here, even though his special one is a killer and he can work outside of a Ronin team if you give him good support in terms of characters and equipment. However, once again, the main problem of this character is that outside of a Ronin team, he feels like a character without passive. Or let's say it this way, he has some kind of a passive, but for a diamond character, it is really underwhelming. And on top of that, he doesn't have any defensive mechanism, he is really risky. Basically, you can assassinate the enemy character immediately, or you can just trigger his Revenant and then pay the consequences. Both cases, once again, and that is the thing that is true for every single character on this list, you simply have much better alternatives. Ranking at number 7, guys, with 233 points is Black Dragon Kano. 9 first places, 9 second places, 16 third places. Now, I kind of disagree. Actually, I do agree at the same time, because once again, he's just okay. He's not terrible, but he's not great at the same time. He has really low stats for a diamond and he feels underwhelming. And probably this is the main reason why a lot of you don't like him. It simply feels that he doesn't deal a lot of damage for a diamond. But after all, if we consider the fact that he was originally gold character that you can bind for coins, he got pretty good upgrade, despite the fact that he's still widely considered to be one of the worst diamonds in the game. Ranking at number 6 with only 3 points more compared to Black Dragon Kano is Assassin Kitana. She got 236 points. Basically, what can I say about Assassin Kitana? She's so squishy. and her special 2 sucks. Basically, her special 1 is okay, the problem is that it cannot KO the enemy, so you have to do another basic attack after you finish with your special 1, which in 99% of the cases result in the enemy actually escaping with sliver health, and you don't want this to happen. In addition, Assassin Kitana kind of works in an assassin team, and even there was a point in my life when I was doing a review of the assassin team, and I was playing a lot with the Assassin Kitana thing, and Assassin Scarlet and Assassin Jade, and even in an assassin team I mainly used Assassin Kitana just to open the game and then to finish off very wounded enemies, thanks to the fact that her tagging attack can deal pretty good damage. Basically, this is her main function even in an assassin team, so definitely I agree that she should be in a top 10 worst diamonds in the game. Ranking at number 5, guys, to my horror is Classic Jax, who got 299 points, 10 first places, 17 second places, 16 third places. Basically, I kind of disagree here. Although I don't consider Classic Jax to be a great character, I definitely don't think that he is a bad character, because he has 2 unblockable special attacks, pretty fast basic attacks. His passive is underwhelming, but with the correct equipment it's kind of fun. In general, I cannot really agree that a diamond with 2 unblockable special attacks can be considered bad, but I have to just go with the flow. I just have to announce that Classic Jax was considered bad by many of you, and this is the reason why he ranks at number 5 in the top 10 worst diamonds in the game. Coming in at number 4 is Reg Devora, who got the astonishing 445 points. Guys, 18 of you said that she's the worst character in the game. She got also 25 second places and 18 third places. I think that a lot of you hate Devora because she looks bad, and I agree, she's kind of ugly, she's kind of slow, but she has pretty okay-ish passive, and her special 1 is unblockable. So in general, she's just okay. But once again, this is your ranking, it isn't my ranking. In general, it is a fact that many people hate this character, and this is the main reason why she ends up at number 4 in your ranking. Coming in at number 3, guys, with 462 points, this is Ronin Kitana, poor Ronin Kitana. I have no clue why 17 of you said that she's the worst character in the game, 26 of you ranked her as the second worst, and 22 of you said that she's the third worst character in the game. Quite honestly, she has the highest toughness in the game, which can be exploited pretty good as long as you make sure that you have the correct talents for that. Probably you've seen so far my gameplay with Ronin Kitana with the correct talents, I mean Combat Veteran and Ghost Armor. On top of that, she has Power Drain on Special 1. She's General 1 very tough girl, which, true, isn't one of the best diamonds in the game, but I wouldn't place her as the third worst. But once again, guys, this is your ranking. You decided that Ronin Kitana should be the third worst character in the game, and I have no other option but to agree. Now the question is, who is the runner-up and who is the worst diamond in the game, in your opinion? Let's find out. And the runner-up of the video, guys, the second worst character in the game, according to you, this is Circle of Shadow Jax, who got 737 points, 32 first places, 36 second places, and 33 third places. What can I say about Circle of Shadow Jax? He was buffed. Can you imagine that? He was buffed and still he sucks. The biggest problem with him is the fact that his invulnerability is kind of really short. In a lot of cases, immediately after he gets his shield, if I start to do special 2 and the special 2 is long enough, by the end of it his shield will be gone and he will still take damage, and that's unacceptable. One thing that you can do to fix him is to make sure that either the chance is pretty high, instead of 50%, let's do it 80, so that he's going to be really annoying, or make sure that the shield duration is, let's say, 2 seconds or 3 seconds more, because in the current state it isn't really that great. This character has potential because he has unblockable special 1, unblockable special 2, good debuffs, and he is very fast. However, the passive is the real problem, the passive which in a lot of cases is simply unusable. So the second place in your top 10, guys, goes to Circle of Shadow Jax. And the first place, guys, in your top 10 worst diamonds in the game, to my ultimate satisfaction, goes to Nightmare Leatherface, who got 862 points, 59 first place, absolute record, 26 second places and 18 third places. What can I say about this character? The only thing good about him is that he deals a lot of damage. But now, hear me out. There is a point from where doing damage gets irrelevant. Now, what's the difference between doing 300,000 damage on, let's say, MK11 Scorpion and doing 500,000 damage on MK11 Scorpion? There is no difference because in both cases he will die. This is the main reason, one of the main reasons why a lot of people dislike the Ronin team. It doesn't matter whether you do 1 million damage. If you do 200k damage, the enemy will die anyways. However, unlike the Ronin team, all the other teams in the game have some kind of defensive mechanisms, while the Ronins don't, they just deal damage. The only place where dealing 500k instead of 300k will be useful is against bosses. But Leatherface, let's get back to Leatherface actually. Leatherface is horrible against bosses. Nobody uses Leatherface against bosses because his basic attacks are so bad. Literally, they're so bad. I cannot think of any other diamond with worse basic attacks compared to Leatherface. On top of that, both of his special attacks can be blocked, and his passive is good only in troll teams. Because let's think of it. Let's see what his passive does in a Nightmare team. And I know that it makes sure that Freddy will put every single of his enemies in whatever it was called, Nightmare. But guess what? It doesn't matter, because I can play Freddy without having Leatherface in the team, and I will freaking perform better because I will support him better. For example, I will put MK11 Noob Cybot, and the Nightmare team will be 10 times better. And I will never care about not having one of the enemies in my Nightmare, because if I one-shot 2 of my enemies right off the bat, I wouldn't really care about the third one because he's going to die anyways. This is how useless Leatherface is as a Nightmare team. And now let's talk about his synergy with Relentless Jason. The only thing good out of it is the fact that Leatherface has chance to break the enemy block of doing special 2, granted that at the moment when he starts doing his special 2, the enemy is blocking. Now this is the only good thing. The second thing, let's talk about his intervention with his chainsaw. It is chance based. The worst part is that in a Nightmare team, the only character that can stun is Relentless Jason. Think of it, first thing first, you have a chance based ability that can trigger if the enemy does special attack on you. Then you have to make sure that the enemy won't resist the stun, and as you can imagine, guys, there are 10 million equipments that give you resistance to stun. And at the end of the day, there is another chance that Leatherface will intervene, which is not even 50%. The last time when I checked, it felt like 20 or 30%. So, horrible passive. And even if you agree that this is going to happen eventually, what will happen after the intervention of Leatherface? I know what is going to happen. Your enemy Revenant is going to get triggered. Really, really great passive, guys. So, Leatherface is useless in every single game mode. He's even useless for quest mode. I never use him there because he's too ugly. So I have no idea what to say about this character. I really hate him. And yeah, I have one more thing to say. Let's take Leatherface with all of his imperfections. I would forgive all of them. Or let's say big part of them. If Leatherface was, for example, a character that can be obtained very easy and a character that can be maxed really fast, and you can say, yeah, he's not that good, but you know what, you can get his fusions left or right everywhere in the game, so you can definitely on your 4th month playing the game, you're going to have him maxed out and he's going to help you. Guess what? This is not the case, because Leatherface is available once per year. Once per year you have chance to get this terrible character. Actually, the only reason why anyone would want to have this character maxed out is to have his collection maxed out. So this is going to be all from me for today, guys. I really hope you found this video useful and entertaining. Please let me know what you think about your top 10. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? What is your top 10 worst characters in the game? See you next time, guys. Take care and stay safe.
Perfect.